Hello and welcome everybody, part 10 here of the Empire Total War Great Britain Darthmod Let's Play. We continue with turn on, we've learned Socket Bayonet, which is jolly good, and the Crimean Khanate has been destroyed. So we're back in our primary theatre of war, and just been looking over what we've got going here, fourth rates, which were preparing for our war against France, but we managed to avoid that with some diplomacy. Let's have a look at my income. Suffering a bit. We're not getting much trade through because it's being blocked somewhere along the line. Someone's being a tricky dicky. It's of course because the French have destroyed this port, but they've now pulled out of it. We need to repair it. That's why. A lot of you are saying to repair it, but the reason why I wasn't going to repair it until I was certain that I was out of the war with France was because this fleet here will just come and attack it again. I'm wasting money then. So there is absolutely no point me doing that. Right, what's going on over here? What can I see over Denmark? Okay, that's cool. I can see their army. Little pockets. Anyway, let's pop on over to India, where we're besieging Goa. And how are we doing? They've got one turn, so they'll surrender next turn. And I will be naming some of these infantrymen. In fact, on my second monitor right now, you guys can't obviously see this, but I've compiled a list of basically all the names that you've submitted so far, and kind of, you know, ones that would be suitable. However, most of these aren't really gonna, for East India Company units, they're not gonna make much. They're not going to be, you know, they're not going to suit them, I don't feel, because I want them to kind of suit the units they're on. And as well, a lot of people keep on saying, make sure you name these units, but they're clearly for, like, rifleman units or light units, and I haven't got those units yet. So I will be naming them at some point. So for now, no more names for regiments, please. I have plenty, and I will be naming them when I have suitable units to name them. But for now, that East India Army, I want them to gain a bit more veterancy and acclaim as well before I reward them with proper title. So that'll happen perhaps once we take Baipur, but I've collected all of their names together, so that's all good. Right, and we have this army here. We're pushing towards the Mughal Empire capital here, and we're going to demand a surrender. They're obviously not going to take it, and we're going to besiege them here because I want them again to come to me. So let's just check my units here. They all should have names, yeah. But the mounted tribal auxiliary don't, and oh no, Henry's irregulars do, of course. So I have one for these guys, which is the Dothraki Riders. And then I'm looking for them on my list, make sure I spell it right. Or Raiders, rather. Dothraki Raiders. Very suitable. And then for this one, we had another one similar, again, the Game of Thrones theme of Lionheart's Khalisar. So we now have the tribal auxiliary all named up, and I think they're suitable names for them, and I think they've earned them. Armageddon's artillery. So that army is completely, you know, customed out with names. And as I build more units, don't worry, I will name them. I'll name some of these shortly. But for now, we need to build up some stuff. There's a barracks here. Could probably do with building up, but these guys could do with a bit of a replenish. I'm just going to check that the army in India is all good. Where are we replenishing here? They should be. The last few are all still replenishing. That's good, though. It's all fine. As for trade-wise, I've still got my fleet on the Ivory here. And in Darthmod, they've changed it so you didn't need just Indian men or merchantmen. Any ship can trade, so that's why I don't bother building any Indian men or merchantmen. I just send off lots of brigs because they're cheap and I can send them off. And when I can, I'll build up another trade fleet. But for now, obviously, I've built up my strong navy here, which I'm going to keep my fourth rates because you never know when France will attack me again. But I'm no match for this huge army, this huge navy here, so I'll have to do something about that. So really not much action to do. Next, during the end turn phase, we should actually get some action between Goa here, because I'll probably have to fight them off. But that's it, so we'll go through the end turn phase, and I'll show you guys anything interesting that's going on. And we have the first activity of the end turn phase. the Mughal Empire facing off in Detroit. Plenty of bowmen, which is going to be the main issue here, but if I can get my tribal auxiliary around to flank them, we'll be all good, and they've also got mortars to take down with my artillery. Excuse me. Apart from that, very rather weak troops. I should be able to bring them down, including their general on elephant. So while we load up, what can I tell you or ramble about today? But we're loading rather quickly. If you haven't already, check the description. A link will be there to my voting poll for what to do with the Rome Total War Briton Let's Play. Looks like we're going to be getting a new Let's Play with Medieval 2 Stainless Steel, but go and place your vote there all the same. And also, if you want to win a copy of Rome 2, I'm running a banner competition, which ends on Sunday. Winner will be announced Monday, so make sure you get in on that if you want to win a copy of Total War Rome 2. So, let's got our troops here already. We've got Henry's Irregulars here. So, you guys know the setup. I'm kind of glad that I've kept relatively small 6 units, because I reckon that works well as a sort of a grouping of line infantry. And I've now got fire by rank, so these guys, as long as we can get in range of the enemy, it is just going to be chaos. We're going to place the Rangers, the Night's Watch, up on the flank here, and the cannon artillery, Armageddon's artillery, should form up nicely right here, and then I can get those 3 units to go on that side, and those like that. But we're going to spread them out a bit more than that, because they will go. No, damn it, I grabbed the wrong bits. I grabbed all of them. No. Right, you over there. You 3. Like so, please. Thank you. Night's Watch in position. Auxiliary. We're going to have you up on the high ground over here. And then, of course, General's Bodyguard behind the artillery. So you're going to be deployed straight in front. We're going to bring the auxiliary round by this forest here. Cannons firing straight away. We're going to make sure that, yes, they're firing on the mortars, already doing damage, taking one of them out. Whoa! Suddenly the Dakili, native bowmen, appear. And we better bring my cavalry down towards them. So we're going to push forward and try and push on these bowmen here, because I want to bring them down if possible, because they have further range than my line infantry, so I'll have to bring my line infantry to the enemy. Oh, and the General's Bodyguard is making a perfect target there. If we could hit them, that would be superb. We're just going to charge in against the bowmen here, and get this other unit to go in behind for the mortars. So we've got my Khalasar going forward here, and the Dothraki Raiders over here. Oh, and here we're going to have to pull this unit round to attack the bowmen that have fallen out here. Very hilly here, very rugged terrain. So we're charging in against them. Doing very good in the centre, bringing down a lot of the enemy, a lot of them routing the bowmen all over the place. The canister shot firing straight into these guys if we can. Looks like they're charging in against us. That's fine, we can deal with them quite happily. I don't need to worry about chasing them down even in this battle, because this is their last stand. They have to try and kill as much of me as possible. So all across the mark, doing rather well. Breaking or already broken most of the troops. them they're shattered. We're going to redirect my raiders over here towards the general's bodyguard, because we should be able to bring him down with some gunpowder. Same with this unit here, in fact. A nice watch round. I haven't needed to do much with the rest of my infantry, to be honest, because it's just been very easy to deal with them. Oh, that cannon shot definitely brought them down. And now volleys from the Dothraki Raiders and Henry's Irregulars, finishing them off. My Khalasar going against these guys here, but General's bodyguard looks like it's being brought down. We can charge these bowmen now. And we'll charge these guys over here, the armed populace. General's bodyguard, either way, will be brought down. Henry's Irregulars go in. No, the Dothraki Raiders, rather. Go in, cause havoc here. Khalasar finishing them off here. Wheels off. These guys shouldn't fire when in melee, which is good, and won't kill my own troops. And it's all going jolly well. The Night's Watch are in there, and we can end the battle there. Heroic victory. I'm going to definitely have a celebratory sip of victory tea. Having a Twining's breakfast tea today. I really should do like a tea vlog. I know I do the whole beard hat thing, but I should really like feature tea more. If anyone's got any ideas of how I can feature tea more interestingly in all my videos and vlogs, then do let me know. Kills. So we got the tribal auxiliary did bloody well, killing the majority of the troops there, with some line infantry getting in there as well. All done swell. Absolutely annihilated the enemy. They should be finished off next turn. Oh yes, actually they had another turn to go. I was thinking that was Goa, that they I didn't need to chase them down. But I mean, I don't need to chase them down anyway. I can probably demand surrender, or you know, they'll come against me again. They'll come up to attack me again. And I'll finish them off. And yes, I've just gone into Goa. There we go. Taken. Not even a fight needed to be had. My troops are all now replenished, which is even better, and I'll be getting a lot of income. I don't know if that's just from Goa. Not particularly, but I guess there's a trade port there, but also because I'm not replenishing them all. That's jolly good. We'll attack the port there. Region captured Goa. Traits gained. Jolly good. So we've now got some sort of linking there. Maratha Confederacy took Hyderabad, as I said last time. I was a bit annoyed they managed to get in there before me, but we will now move towards Baipur. They do have a sizable force, and it will take all of my troops cunning to defeat them there. So we're rebuilding there. Let's head back over to America, where they have very few troops left, and I can risk the auto-resolve there. We lose obviously more than you probably would like to, but we take it. And region capture, that's the Mughal Empire out of America, because why the hell were they ever there? Replenish them for a few turns. We're nice and Protestant here, so we won't have any religious unrest. I believe we're Protestant over here. Protestant, Protestant, Protestant. They're not Protestant at all in Upper Canada, so let's make Upper Canada Protestant to avoid all that nasty religious unrest. So we've really, I mean, if we look at the map, I mean, I have to try and zoom out, but we'll zoom in. We've really made a good sort of push for the heartland here, and we've got controlling the coast as well. So we can really kind of develop now. And these units, they've done bloody well. So in fact, we're gonna take a brief moment to name some of them. But I'll name them, and obviously not while I'm recording, and then we'll have the intern phase. So I will see you all very shortly. And we're back after a relatively uneventful intern phase, if I'm honest. However, allow me to introduce the 60th Royal Americans Afoot, the 4th King's Royal, or rather, the 4th King's Regiment of Yorkshire, the Unsullied you all know and love, the 61st South Gloucestershire, the 37th Hampshire Regiment Afoot, the 12th St George Regiment Afoot, and the 77th Royal Dragoons, as well as the 105th Heavens Bell Artillery. So, there we go, we've got some new names there. We've got a new place building up here. We could build a school. Another place to research technology. Interesting. Not sure what actually to fill that up with. But my economy is booming for once, which is good. When we dipped into bankruptcy the other day, it wasn't Chadman level bankruptcy, it was just a small dip. What to build? We don't need to really build a church school as such. I've got my Protestant minister here, and most of the regions will be fine. I could build craft workshops to improve the trade of the region and the income, but it's not that high anyway. So I'm kind of leaning towards building a school. I'm going to build a school, but if anyone has thinks there's a far better way to spend my money, then do let me know in the comments below. So, what have we got here? We've got a governor's building. Probably be a good idea to build that. Probably better to build the infrastructure up a bit more, though. As we could do there. But let's pop over to India, where we do need to recruit some militia to leave behind. Because this army is ready pretty much. Let's just see what happens if I move them out. If I move them out, they're very happy. I think that's mainly because they used to be, obviously, Portuguese. They're used to European control, which is good. So I could push along the coast and attack this force here. Which is what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and attack the port here. And we're going to go for it. So here we go. We're straight in for an attack. If we can push them away from the port and do enough damage, cripple enough of their troops, we can then march on by port next time, which would be jolly good. I will say again at the end, but I thought, again, while I have this loading screen, the scheduled part that's meant to be up on Saturday, I know this part is a day late, but the scheduled part that's meant to be up on Saturday will definitely be late. It will either be up Sunday or I will get it up Monday for you guys, but I'm out on Saturday and I don't know when I'll have a chance to catch up. Plus I've got both the poll and the banner competition ending Sunday, so I will need Sunday to review all of those applicants and decide the winner. So it's a busy weekend this weekend in terms of various competitions that I'm running and polls and what have you. So the infantry forms up pretty nicely there, so I'm not going to disturb them, but I'm going to get the grenadiers and make them straddle along here, which is jolly good. And then we're going to get the artillery, which this hill looks like it would be perfect cover for it. Might even work fine behind my lines. If I push my infantry a little bit further forward when I start, that'd be very good. Obviously, I wouldn't get canister shot, but I'm not too worried about getting that. I know obviously space them out in between my troops would be better, but I'd rather move forward with the coherent force of the line. So let's just sort out my cannons again, now that I ballsed up grouping my cavalry. There we go. I think they've all got pretty much clear shots there. No, you know what? I am going to make a defensive stand, so we're going to take a unit of infantry out along the line and place one of these in every few. We'll take this one out here. Place you there. We'll place them 3 ranks deep. And push the grenadiers just further along, that's fine. Okay. Here in the centre, we'll just spread these two out together. There we go. Sorry about the deployment. Taking a while, but I think we'll all be rewarded. So we get the line infantry if we can. No, we can't. So there. Plus this unit. And then we're all good to go, I swear. Now we've got... That's better. Now we can hit them from various points all along the line. We'll hold firm. Just hoping to take the battle to them. And then my cavalry, we'll put them over on the right here. And, okay, now we're definitely ready to go. So, cavalry, let's deploy them out on the side already. We've got the camel nomads moving up already. My artillery, though, across the line, separated by 2 infantry all along. Should be perfect for gunning them down, although here the terrain isn't in our favour. But it looks like we're able to hit the enemy already, which is good. So with these units here, I'm going to push across the fields. I'm going to try and make a line of defence. But as much as I would love to let them walk, I'm going to get them running to position. Here we've got the camel nomads coming towards us already. And the dramatic battle music begins. And who are you? Oh, you're the enemy reinforcements, so we're going to attack you. Because I don't want to get hit by those camel nomads, and they're just starting to waver. If they can be broken by repeated fire, that's smashing. But I now need to turn this unit of grenadiers around. 3 ranks deep to get fire at will to its maximum potential to face the dervishes that are incoming. Across the rest of the line, we're holding firm, holding strong. My artillery should be just set to fire away at will. Plenty of damage. Yes, we're able to hit that regiment as well. We're breaking the peasant levy. And then over here, we're charging in with cavalry against the dervishes. We've beaten this unit over here, which is good. And we're going to charge in against these dervishes as well, which is just about to come through. There we go. Cavalry poised to take them down. Grenadiers firing in and amongst my cavalry. A few losses to be expected. I get my grenadiers to march forward here though to help out this unit of cavalry. But here comes the charge. And the slaughter can begin. We've broken this unit already, finishing off their reinforcements. The camel nomads have come back for a second attempt. But we are pushing them back. These guys don't have fire at rank, but then I don't think you deploy... They don't fire at rank when it comes to enemy cavalry. And here we've got this unit on the wall, so we're going to flank round with these 2 units of East India Company. If I can get them to form up. There we go. And then these 2 we're going to push up like so. The rest of the troops in the middle have been thoroughly smashed. My artillery doing a jolly fine job there. They're forming square, so we're going to pull out with the cavalry. And more of them are coming in, the reinforcements. So we're going to get out with the cavalry before we lose too many of them. Because my grenadiers should be able to, as they are now, readying fire by rank. Just one chap somewhere reloading. Here we go. First rank. Second rank. Third rank. Jolly good, and we've smashed them with that. The cavalry need to run out of there and not run back in. Come on, I know you're eager. You're being too eager though. I have my cavalry poised on the flanks though, ready to finish them off. And what's going on over here? We've been attacked by elephants. By God. And a lot of levy. But try and get the cannons to focus on the elephants. Try and pull back with the infantry. I'm going to charge into the flanks of these levy here, try and alleviate my men. I'm pulling away from the elephants, but they are chasing us down. Trying to reform our lines so we can actually shoot some of the elephants down. And we're going to try and withdraw this way. One of my men here. Charging in. Hopefully save this regiment. Here we go. Let's check on the grenadiers. Dealing deadly blows to the enemy. Enemy general is dead, which is good. They've broken my unit over here with their general's bodyguard, but that's now breaking as well. That's fine. We can definitely cope with that. The rest of these troops here charging in the bowmen. Bring this unit over like so. But they are defeated. And we'll line up my men if we can. But it's just the remainder of the troops. That unit's here. Just the remainder of the troops here. Oh, run cavalry, run. Ah, we've got the horsemen here, so we better try and attack them because they are doing damage because they're missile troop. Bring my cavalry in to charge them. Cavalry, it would help if you ran. It really would. We need to finish off these dervishes. Try and get them away so we can come back for another flank. We've charged in against the horsemen here. Zamindari. Dervish is still pushing. They brought in cavalry on their cannons rather, and they've defeated my cavalry here. So we may need the support from the other grenadier regiments, which we will give. Because it now looks like they're charging me. We're going to try and form square, but I think it's all too late to push back the cavalry. And these guys really do not like holding square formation. I'm going to get these guys to hold a square up here. But their formation doesn't hold as well. I don't know if that's Darthmod doing that. I swear squares were slightly more effective in the vanilla game. Darthmod seems to allow cavalry to run through them a little bit more than I would like them to. I'm going to get my cavalry to charge these dervishes here now. I've had enough of running from them. That charge did rather well. We'll keep an eye on them though. Yeah, and already I need to pull them out and do another charge. Make sure we finish them off. Okay, that has seen off the cavalry though. The square has prevailed. And we've now got to hold off these dervishes. But I'm bringing my grenadiers into the line. These guys will probably break, but the rest of my grenadiers are there supporting them now. And we can make that final push on this flank and we're all good. I'm going to recharge the dervishes with my cavalry here. Turning them around, getting them ready for this charge. I'm going to get the cannons stopped firing. While my cavalry deals with the dervishes. Drag them through towards the line infantry, and we'll bring this regiment of East India Company down to support them. these troops over the side actually can be brought over. Grenadiers over here. One unit's been broken, pushed back, 9 of them survived. The rest of them are now engaging the dervishes, which have broken. And we need these guys to reform very quickly because we've got Levy charging. Just hoping these guys might get a chance to fire. No, we're going to have to charge them. And we're going to, with this unit, try and get behind them and then just flank charge them. As long as my Grenadiers can hold this charge and start pushing the enemy back, we are going to be fine. Trying to catch up to that last unit of dervishes, and then we're all good. Come on, men, just get behind. My Grenadiers holding. These guys losing casualties. Stab through the chest. Stab through the heart. That's painful. Grenadiers fought well. Right, reforming now. And we can pull back to Goa now that we've alleviated this force, which is good. Charge through with my cavalry over there. I'm going to let these guys get one volley, which may well hit my men, but it hopefully should hit the majority of the enemy. And now we're going to charge. And they're coming straight toward us, so this is really going to hurt. If we actually don't run through them all. But no, it is killing a lot of them. So it's just the cannons to push on to now. We've defeated them there. These guys are shattered. And we have won. Victory is ours. And the last few can retreat back. A close victory. I'm more confident about that victory than the AI, obviously. But it's a resounding success there. Huzzah! So there we have it. We lost 793, which I think is acceptable losses. Lots of damage done by the Grenadiers and the cavalry, of course. And that's their forces sent packing. We take the port, and I'm going to replenish my troops with what I can. I'm hoping it might draw some of this army out, but a lot of them is the mob. But the mob is dangerous. The mob will defeat us with swarming numbers, so we may have to retreat from here back to Goa for a turn. But that is where I'm going to end this part for now, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. Please do remember to comment, rate, subscribe, thumb up this video if you enjoyed it. And remember to check out the description if you want to vote on the poll for the new Let's Play that's going to be happening on Monday. And as well, if you want to win a copy of Rome 2, then a link to the banner competition that I'm running, which closes on Sunday. So you've got until Sunday to send in all your designs. The winner will be announced Monday. So anyway, see you all again soon. Enjoy Third Age tomorrow, Friday. Ciao for now.